Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we spill the tea on big business, and today we are diving into TRUSTMARK Corporation's latest financial news. What happened? Are they thriving? Are they diving? Let's find out. TRUSTMARK Corporation, a company many of you might know, has just dropped its report, and it is packed with numbers that tell a story about their recent performance. We are going to break it all down so you can understand what is really going on behind the scenes. If you like getting honest insights from these corporate documents, please hit that subscribe button and join our Discord community linked in the description below. We really want to build a strong community of informed investors. Commissioner has a history of adjusting its financial operations, and this report gives us a peek into their world for the period that ended the 30th of September 2025. So TRUSTMARK Corporation is the company in the spotlight. Here they are incorporated in Mississippi, and their ticker symbol that you might see on the stock market is TRMK. This is important because it is how they are known on the NASDAQ Global Select Market, basically where they trade their stock with the public. The date on this report is the 28th of October 2025, which means it covers their very recent financial health up to the end of the third quarter of 2025. Now let's talk about what TRUSTMARK Corporation is actually reporting. They've released important information about their financial results, and this is usually revealed through a press release and accompanying documents. This press release is like the executive summary for their financial performance. It tells us how they did financially in the 3 months leading up to the end of September. This is where we look for the big picture wins or losses. And this investor slide presentation is super helpful. It breaks down those financial results into charts, diagrams, and key takeaways, making it much easier to understand the nitty-gritty details. Investors and analysts use these to quickly get the gist of the company's health, while the filing itself doesn't contain the actual detailed financial tables we are talking about. The press release and presentation that were filed along with it contain those crucial numbers. So in essence, TRUSTMARK Corporation is telling us that they had their results for the quarter ending the 30th of September 2025, and they are sharing it with everyone. Now let's imagine we are looking at those financial results presented in the press release, and the investor slides. The most important part for any company's report is always the numbers themselves. We want to know how much money they made, how much they spent, and what is left over. Normally in these reports we would dive deep into things like total revenue, net income, earnings, per share, and profit margins. We would compare these numbers to the same period last year to see if they are growing, shrinking, or staying flat. If revenue is up 10%, that means for every dollar they earned last year, they are now earning $1.1. This growth is usually a good sign. We also look at expenses. If costs are going up faster than revenue, that is a red flag. It means their profit is getting squeezed. Think of it like running a lemonade stand. If your ingredients cost more, but you can't charge more for your lemonade, you make less profit. Another critical area is cash flow. This shows how much actual cash the company is generating from its operations. This cash is what they use to pay salaries, invest in new projects, or pay back DB. Charts. If a company looks profitable on paper but doesn't have enough cash, it can be in trouble. We also pay attention to the balance sheet. This is like a snapshot of what the company owns, what it owes, and the value that belongs to its shareholders. Things like debt levels are super important. Too much debt can be a risk, especially if interest rates rise or if the company's earnings falter. For TRUSTMARK Corporation specifically, we would be looking for trends that indicate their strategy is working. Are they gaining more customers? Is their lending business growing? Are their investment returns strong? Or are they facing challenges like increased competition, economic slowdowns, or rising operational costs? Let's say hypothetically the report showed a 5% increase in net interest income. Would mean their core banking business of earning money from loans and investments is improving. A 2% decrease in non-interest expense would suggest they are doing a decent job of controlling their day running costs. These are the kinds of figures that paint a clearer picture of the company's operational efficiency and profitability. Now looking at TRUSTMARK Corporation's situation based on this report being filed, it shows they are being transparent about their financial performance. This is a positive sign for investors who value openness. What this filing likely tells us is about their performance in the most recent quarter. If the news is good, it suggests a healthy business that is perhaps growing or managing its finances. Well, if the news is not so good, it might signal areas for concern that investors should investigate. Further, for example, if their loan loss provisions have increased significantly, it could mean they are anticipating more borrowers defaulting on their loans. This is a direct impact of economic conditions and could mean future profits are at risk. On the flip side, if they reported strong growth in their wealth management services, it could show a successful diversification strategy that is paying off. This diversification can make the company more resilient to downturns in any single business area. So what is the overall story here? TRUSTMARK Corporation is providing its stakeholders with an update on its financial The key is to analyze the specific numbers within those attached press releases and presentations to truly understand the health and direction of the company. Generally speaking, companies like TRUSTMARK Corporation operate in a competitive landscape, the banking and financial services. Industry is always in flux influenced by interest rates, economic growth, and regulatory changes their ability to navigate these external factors while executing their internal strategies is what determines their long-term success. In conclusion, TRUSTMARK Corporation has fulfilled its reporting obligation by disclosing its third quarter financial results. This filing is a critical piece of the puzzle for anyone interested in the company's performance. It is up to us as viewers and investors to dig into those accompanying documents to see if the numbers indicate a company on solid footing or one facing headwinds. Alright, that is our breakdown of TRUSTMARK Corporation's latest filing. What is your take on these numbers and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching, see you next time.